Hello everyone, it's nice to see you today. Um, but this video is video that I didn't want to come on to do. But it needs to be recorded for me to be able to get through life. This person, I'm gonna change his name to, let's say, Donald, okay? I'm gonna just switch out his name to Donald for privacy reasons. So, Donald had polio, and actually, Alexa, what is polio? Finally. Alexa, what is polio?
Polio is a viral illness that mainly affects children under 5. It's highly contagious and spreads through contact with infected feces or respiratory droplets. While most people show no symptoms, in severe cases it can attack nerve cells, causing paralysis that often affects the legs. Thanks to global vaccination efforts, cases have dropped over 99% since 1988, with only Pakistan and Afghanistan still reporting wild poliovirus cases.
Thank you, Alexa.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
So that's what polio is. And unfortunately, it affected this Donald, okay? And, I got to know Donald very well when I was younger. I think I was 5 when I met Donald. And Donald was just this very nice gentleman that, was already a family friend by the time I was born. So, Donald walked with crutches at first. Like, he lived in the house across from my father and beside my uncle. Because our houses are made so that there's my dad, and then so my dad's on the left. On the right is another property that my grandparents own. Now my dad owns it, but it's not in very good shape anyways. So then there's my uncle across the street, which my grandparents lived there before my uncle did. But so beside my uncle's house, there's this blue-sided house, and I saw this guy come out one day on crutches, and I said to him, hi, how are you? My name is Rebecca. I'm your neighbor, And I said, did you break your leg? And he said, no. I was born with polio, which Alexa just explained what it is. So I asked him why he was walking on crutches, and he goes, well, see how you're in a wheelchair? With crutches, I can still walk on my own. So we hit it off. Like he was very nice to me. I loved seeing him every day. You know, it was awesome. And then it turned out he worked in the place where I got my AFOs. So it was like to hold my feet so they didn't bend as much, and my legs, so yeah. But yeah, so I go into the clinic one day. This Donald the guy is sitting there, and I go, "You're my neighbor. What are you doing here?" And he goes, "Well, I'm helping the owner do braces because it's a lot of work." And I said, "Well, okay, cool." Um, so he was still working, and so he did that for a few years. Then about 10 years later, he ended up in a scooter because the mobility in his legs was declining. So he lived around the corner from my grandparents at that point, and there was times where my mom would go to her friends and I would go spend time with Rick. Or I mean, whatever, I'll use his name, that's his name. Rick. Or Donald. And I would bake birthday cakes for him. I would hang out with them watching TV. They were huge country karaoke fans. And I was like, at this point, 12, 13, 14. I didn't like country. I liked all that pop music stuff. So he was like, "Well, I'm going to get you to like it." And I said, I'll try, but I bet you I'm not going to like it. You know. And she's like, "No, you're going to like it, no problem." So he went into his music library on his computer and he started playing oh, what is his name? Toby Keith. And he played like every song from him. And as everyone knows, Toby Keith is also deceased. And you guys are probably thinking, where the heck is this story going? But just give me a few minutes and we'll get there. Now, at my house, you know, like it was boring there, nothing to do. So in the summer, I went to Donald's all the time. You know, I went to his house, I had dinner, I played with their two little Shih Tzus all the time. I went to a baby shower of their daughter's daughter, and it was awesome. We did a jamboree outside of where my grandparents live. It was on this big farm property, and Donald's whole family would come. friends and family would come, and we would pick friends to be security guards sometimes, because the parents of Donald and many other people were getting older, and in their 70s, 80s, so they just wanted security if, you know. But, so that was fun. And then, what I say to you is, he shaped my life for me. Um, along with many others, like my mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, my mom's moms, my grandma, on my mom's side. I had a lot of influential people in my life, and Donald was a huge one. He knew I collected remorse. He was positive about it. Because he knew the struggle I was facing. And that struggle was, I can have kids, and I can't have kids. Even if I could, carry them to term, I would still need help taking care of them day to day. And the agency I'm with does a lot, but I don't think they would offer that service. Because then you're taking care of two people instead of just one. And plus I have 3 roommates, so that would be 7, 8 people if I counted my fiance, and one's gonna be a baby. That's way too much. So that's why I have the remorse. He was super supportive of me doing it, and everything I did, he was supportive of. And I say was with a heavy heart, because on the 22nd, he passed away at the age of 63. And man, I'm relieved for him, but he was a very influential person, especially with the remorse. Now, he didn't meet the 2 that I have right now, Sawyer and Colby, but he met my, I would have to go back and look at the baby, but he met all my other ones. Lucy, Lucy, Grace, Xander, who was the doll that didn't need batteries. There was Wiley. Oh, I had a lot too. So, and Wiley was a Berenguer doll that I got from Amazon, but she went to another family. I don't know what that other family still has her, but Rick will be deeply missed, or Donald will be deeply missed by his family, friends, and many other loved ones, and we will remember him through music, laughter, sadness. And remember this, mine, because he always said it. It's not goodbye, it's I'll see you again soon. So, thank you for everything you taught me, Donald, man. Thank you for being there for you, being there for you when I needed you the most. It's not goodbye. Let's see you again soon. Donald, I love you. I'm so glad you're not in pain. And guys, thank you for watching. This was a hard video for me to do, but it needed to be done. So, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. R.I.P. Rick, and peace out.